G. I'm Richard Pedzik.
And I'm Mia Nakamura. Thank you for joining us.
Today we'll be covering information about Kyle Rittenhouse, the youngest UNLV graduate, and an in-studio interview with Las Vegas local Kennedy Knack.
That's right. We have all that and more coming up.
The ongoing story of the fatal crash involving former Raider wide receiver Henry Ruggs continues. Ruggs missed an alcohol test while on house arrest. He faces DUI charges following the November 2nd crash that left 23-year-old Tina Tintor dead.
Even if he was released, court records show that he will be prohibited from driving and consuming alcohol or drugs and will be required to undergo alcohol testing 4 times a day if he's convicted. Ruggs faces 2 to 46 years in prison. Something that will continue to follow his death is a victim in the accident of the court documents. Defense attorneys say they'll have a witness who alleges firefighters failed quickly to put out the fires. Tintor's RAV4.
The Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial has continued on Wednesday with deliberation.
The defense requested to have these charges tossed, and Kyle Rittenhouse lawyers also accused prosecutors of other lines of improper questioning and withholding higher quality drone footage of Queensrÿche streets on the nights of August 25th last year. The MGM has changed its unvaccinated workers testing policy.
The new testing policy is this: any MGM worker that is unvaccinated will be required to take bi-weekly tests for COVID-19. Here's the catch: all of these bi-weekly tests will be paid for by those taking the tests. This out-of-pocket test policy comes from a letter of the CEO, President Bill Hornbuckle, describing the changes because of a national policy set forth in an emergency order from the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. This will affect about 16% of the whole MGM workforce. A woman in North Las Vegas says she killed a homeless man after she says she thought the homeless man was bringing someone to kill her. Police say she left the scene of the first murder, went to her mother's residence where she shot her, and then was arrested by North Las Vegas police. She was rebooked into the Clark County Detention Center on an open murder with a deadly weapon charge. Moving on. Are you looking for a furry addition to add to your family? Anasaya has that.
For years, Petland Las Vegas has been operating as an outlet for individuals to come and meet their perfect puppy match.
This local pet store is located on Mark Street in Henderson, Nevada, where they always have puppies for sale. They have over 25 different dogs and 15 other animals for sale. This is included, but not limited to, reptiles, birds, and bunnies. They offer one-on-one interaction with all puppies after customers provide their identification. Their motto, "Pets Make Lives Better," has sparked many customers' interest, like Monica Shalinsky.
Actually, I found it online. I've been looking for a puppy for a long time, and then I kept looking, but I couldn't see anything that was local. And finally, somebody told me that they did have one, so I was just excited and I just show up. Apparently, they're taking a lot of precautions. They make sure that before you get into one of the rooms to be with a puppy, they sanitize everything.
When customers are ready to purchase a puppy, they can schedule an appointment and meet with one of the pet counselors for more information. These puppies range in prices from $3,400 to $5,500 depending on the breed and pedigree.
Looks like I made more than one animal friend today, right, Red?
This is Anasaya reporting for Studio G.
Do you have a dog, Richard?
Yeah, I do. I have a rat terrier. He's just a complete mutt. How about you?
Yeah, I have a German Shepherd. What's your terrier's name?
His name is Chopper. So.
Oh, like the helicopter?
I actually heard you got your dog at Petland.
Oh yeah, no, that was a couple years ago. My mom just got it for me.
Oh yeah, Leo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, Anyway, I had the chance to speak with Jack Rico, UNLV's youngest college graduate at only 15 years old. Here's what he had to say about his journey at UNLV.
He started his college journey. Now at 15, Jack is about to be the youngest UNLV graduate.
And after a recruiting trip, I found UNLV and I just automatically fell in love with the campus and the school. And so I came here during the fall of 2020.
Rico says he feels like he did not miss out on anything by going to college at such an early age.
I think a lot of people think that, I've seen some comments on the internet how I'm being forced or something. I'm not. This is all my choice. It was my choice to homeschool. It was my choice to do colleges. This was all my choice, and I'm really happy with my choice.
Although Jack is unsure what his long-term goal is for right now, he plans on taking the next semester off to focus on himself. Mia Nakamura reporting for Studio G.
Do you remember what you were doing when you were 15?
You know, I was probably scrolling through my phone, looking at memes on Instagram. So
He's about to graduate.
I know, I was definitely not about to graduate college.
He's an inspiration to me.
I know, and I hope other kids follow in his path. But after we come back, we'll have weather and the sports right after these announcements.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
UMergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. UMergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. UMergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your UMergency app now.
Welcome back. Now let's get started with today's weather. Today we'll have 60 degrees for today. It'll be partly cloudy. And this is what we look like for the upcoming valley. As you can see, it's about 60 degrees all the way around. Summerlin has about 65, Aliante's at 67, and overall it's just going to be a good 60-degree type weather. You know, bring your sweaters, maybe hike your dog up in the area. It'll be around nice, chilly, cozy weather. Now for the upcoming week, we have Thursdays about 70, and we have about lows about 40s to high to mid 50s with the UNLV game starting on Friday against San Diego. So let's go UNLV. Now back to Richard.
A public debate is taking place on campus at the Greenspun Hall in the auditorium on the first floor at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Come on over and watch as the student members of the UNLV debate team debate about whether the U.S. should establish single-payer national health insurance.
Admission is free for the first 100 guests, and all guests must wear facial coverings during the debate.
Next event will be at UNLV, performing at the Artemis W. Ham Concert Hall, where the UNLV Wind Orchestra will present the President's Concert featuring guest conductor Cole John R. Bourgeois. It starts at 7:30. Tickets are $10 with a $2 discount available to seniors, military, members, and UNLV faculty and staff.
The 11th annual Fight Night is happening tomorrow night, and tickets can be purchased outside the Hospitality Hall. Coming up, we have our in-studio interview right after this.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome back. Today in our studio we have freelance creative Kennedy Knack here with us today in interview. Nice to meet you, Kennedy.
Thank you for having me.
So I know you're a freelance creative, and I kind of want to know what you kind of do with that. And I know you were at Day in Vegas. So what did you do at Day in Vegas?
So I actually got the chance to cover Day in Vegas from a publisher named Holder Magazine. So they're huge. They're based out in Canada. So I was able to shoot content for them and shoot a bunch of artists throughout the whole festival.
And I know that you kind of shoot clothing as well and different things like that. Have you had, as you're freelance, what are some of the interesting jobs you've gotten into in the past?
So for clothing-wise, I had the opportunity to shoot for Mr. Cartoon, and that was through Stussy. And so shooting with Stussy was pretty unique and fun because as a teenager, I had the chance to work over there, and then it opened a lot more opportunities for me to get into the creative space.
So to talk about Day in Vegas, did you notice any differences? We know the Travis Scott Festival just happened, and just talking about Day in Vegas, and you've covered it in the past. What was different about this Day in Vegas?
So I can tell that the crowd was a little bit more hesitant than, after hearing that news with Astroworld. That was pretty unfortunate, but everyone still had a great time, and the venue organizers did like a really good job doing what they needed to do.
And I know you and Sean was supposed to be here, but so you and him are creatives together. What is that connection like?
No, so I actually met Sean at Day in Vegas, which was really cool.
Oh, okay.
So he's actually another Vegas creative as well, and so we got to bond over that.
In the past, what are some of your favorite shoots that you've had? Because you've worked with Stussy.
Yeah.
I like Stussy. What type of celebrities maybe have you worked with?
I've shot with a bunch of celebrities. I've shot with like Chris Brown, Ben Baller, Mr. Cartoon, just a ton, man. It's a huge list.
When did you know you wanted to do this passion that is shooting? Like, what got you into that? Any inspirations?
Yeah. Well, actually, it was in high school, freshman year. It's just like you're pressured to know what you want to do in life, and from there it's just like I've had all that pressure and I wanted to find an outlet to do something. So I just picked up the family's camera and just started shooting away. And then next thing you know, my dad printed out one of those pictures and hung it at home. And from there, it just took off.
For those camera nerds out there, what are you shooting on right now?
I'm shooting on a Canon R6 right now.
Okay, all right. And do you have any inspirations? Gunnar Stahl.
Yeah, no, Gunnar
like
Stahl's a fantastic photographer. Yeah, I personally like my huge inspiration are like very old photographers like Robert Capa.
Okay.
He's a fantastic World War II and like war photographer. And it's just like photojournalism back then is just like way different than it was now. And just having that having that art and to see back in the past is just absolutely crazy.
You got anything upcoming here that you would want to talk about? Maybe something interesting.
Yeah, I mean. This creative-wise, in a sense, I'm getting more into, other venues of like creativity. So getting more into like cars rather than, fashion and festivals. So it's just like another, branch that I can go into. So pretty excited about that.
And you said that, you just picked up that camera and started shooting, right? It's that simple, right? What would you tell somebody that's looking to get into this?
Like the biggest advice is to keep shooting. It's just like people probably ask me all the time, like, how'd you start out? It's like you keep shooting, you shoot at homecoming, you shoot at proms, and the next thing you know, you reach out to local businesses and you keep going, And that's essentially
before we go,
it.
we want to put some of your photos on the screen right now. So we're actually going to play some of those photos right now. And so are you going to be doing a Day in Vegas next year as well, if they have that?
If they do have that coverage, yeah.
And Coachella's coming up. I mean, you can do that, you think?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Because you have those connections with those publicists. How did that happen?
Just through word of mouth and, talking to the right people. It's like connections is huge, man. It's just like you just got to talk to people. You have no idea where it's going to lead you to.
All right. And we can find you, what's your handle for like Instagram?
It's at Kennedy Knack.
All right. And they could probably contact you there if they want to do a shoot or things like that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in, Kennedy. It was nice talking to you. Definitely going to have to, follow you on the gram after this.
Appreciate it, man.
Check out your shots.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. And now we're going to be tossing it to Mia back at the desk.
Thank you so much, Richard. Now let's go on to the Latin Grammy Awards. So the 11th annual Latin Grammy Awards is happening tonight. And it'll be a fun-filled event full with culture, Latin music. And yeah, tonight is the 22nd annual, actually, Latin Grammy Awards that will make a comeback in Las Vegas after a year of postponed events and shows. Amongst the nominees is Puerto Rican singer Ra Alejandro, who hit Latin music scene with his debut album. Released earlier this year, he is nominated for the Record of the Year for his lead single, Todo de Tia, which became a huge hit this summer. Another favorite to win is Bad Bunny, who is nominated for the Album of the Year for his studio album, El Último Tour del Mundo. Electric performers are set to appear by Mike Towers, Bad Bunny, Christina Aguilera, and many, many more. How about the Latin Grammys?
You know, I probably won't tune in. I think I've probably heard a Bad Bunny song. Is Tiesto on it? I really don't know. But I can appreciate it. You know, I can appreciate that type of music, R&B and things like that. And a lot of Latinx artists are not appreciated in that R&B field. So.
Yeah, and if you're interested in watching the Latin Grammys, it'll be on the Telemundo tonight at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
That's what you said. Well, Ghostbusters is returning 37 years after the original movie phenomenon that took the world by storm. The Ghostbusters are heading back to theaters on November 19th. So if you want to either feel the nostalgia or watch a classic franchise, be sure to check that out.
House of Gucci will release in theaters everywhere on November 24th. House of Gucci will star Lady Gaga as Petite Reggiana, who is a person who marries into the Gucci family where her unbridled ambition unravels the family legacy and begins a reckless spiral of betrayal and vengeance and murder.
The Vegas Golden Knights play today at 7 p.m. against the Detroit Red Wings, and this Saturday at 7 p.m. against the Columbus Blue Jackets at T-Mobile Arena. They also play next Monday against the St. Louis Blues at 5 p.m. at Enterprise Center. The Knights' injury status on a few players that are expected to return shortly are Alex Marinas, which is expected to be out until November 20th, and Jonathan Marchio, and Zach Whitecloud are expected to be out until November 22nd.
The Raiders play this Sunday at 1:05 p.m. against the Cincinnati Bengals at Allegiant Stadium. The Raiders are currently third in the American Football Conference West with 5 wins and 4 losses. The Bengals are also third in their conference, the American Football Conference North, with 5 wins and 4 losses.
Our Runnin' Rebels men's basketball team is going head-to-head against the Michigan Wolves tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. The Rebels are 3-0 in their season and have gained momentum with each victory. Michigan is ranked 4th in the league, and a win against Michigan would be crucial to UNLV's success. A victory would cement their position as a legitimate threat to the top teams in the nation that include upcoming opponents, UCLA, whom they will play against on Saturday, November 27th.
Are you going to the football game tomorrow?
No, I'm not going, but I think, reading that, we're actually contending with some top teams.
I know, like San Diego, I was really expecting UNLV, no offense or anything, I was expecting UNLV to lose against Hawaii, but, they brought
We have a track record.
I know, a 2-year track record, but, UNLV brought home that golden pineapple, and we're doing really well.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see.
So maybe it is time to see one of those football games.
Is it going to be on TV? Did I say that?
I think so. It'll be on TV. It'll be at the Legion Stadium. Have you been there?
Oh, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so the cool. Legion Stadium is beautiful. There's a whole student section.
I heard they're going to be changing the name of T-Mobile Arena, or Staples Center.
Oh, to
Staples Center.
To Crypto.com,
Crypto.com
right?
Center.
Well, I'll be at Crypto.com.
In the future, yeah. Before we end the show, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on a show.
And for exclusive behind-the-scenes content, make sure to follow our Instagram at unlv.studiog. That's all we have for today. I'm Mia Nakamura.
And I'm Richard Pedzik. See you next time.